Ronald, first of all, can I get your reaction, please, to events in Dortmund this week and what you made of the decision to eventually play the game 24 hours later?
Yeah, okay. I can understand that the people of Dortmund, the players, not the manager, wasn't happy with that decision. But it happened in the past. I remember what happened. Then the football was going on. And I think it's really strange for them, because if you are involved in what happened, then it's really difficult to prepare the game how you like to prepare the game. And maybe that was one of the reasons that I lost at home yesterday.
I'm looking at what happened in Dortmund, do you have any concerns for your own, the players' safety? Have you been given any further advice as well, any kind of briefing as regards security?
Yeah, but we know everybody's trying to do high security in every aspect, even in life what happened, and it's really difficult. Maybe it's impossible to stop crazy people. We are living in a crazy world. Now it happened to the football, it happened before in different places, and that's really difficult to stop it. You can try to have really good security, high security, but it's part of life. It's even in the football, but it's in whole life, and I was afraid it will start also by maybe big tournaments in Europe, in the world, and now it happened. Really sad to the football.
Different scenario, but broadly speaking, what are your thoughts on what happened to Ross Barkley last Sunday evening?
No, first of all, it's not good, because it's not the what you like to read in the press about your players, and I think it could happen to everybody in town, and maybe now he realizes it's maybe not the best place, or maybe at the wrong time, at the wrong place, and to meet crazy people like that, what happened. And it's difficult, because you like to be, even if you are young, or it's not about experience. I think you play a game, you won the game, you go out. It's no problem for me if your behavior. He didn't drink. He was driving his car. And okay, if you met that people, then there can happen something. And okay, maybe that's the reason that I live outside of the town.
But I take it then you've spoken to him and you've given the kind of advice that you've got to be careful about where to spend your time.
Yeah, but okay, what happens sometimes, or not sometimes, always people maybe learn from things what happened, incidents what happened, and that's good. You need to learn.
With regard to his contract, or his new contract, is there an offer on the table at the moment, and if so, what response has there been?
I'm not involved in the negotiations, but I know that the board is talking to his agent.
What stage then would you say negotiations?
I don't know. It's not about 1 week, but of course we need to know the answer before the end of the season.
Do you feel that everything is being done though to keep Ross?
Yes, but it's always about the contract, and okay, we will offer him the contract, what is good, what is normal, what the player is, and I think how he's improving this season, Everton is the best place for him to continue.
Do you have a feeling yourself as to what the likely outcome is?
No, I spoke to Ross several weeks ago, and he mentioned his ambition, Champions League, but I told him I have the same ambition, and I think we are going in a good direction. He's of course one of the key players. He's kid of the club, kid of the town, and in my opinion, it's no better place for him to continue football than it's in Everton.
The fans will have alarm bells ringing when you say he wants Champions League, because they'll draw comparison with Lukaku, albeit Lukaku's still got 2 years
but
left on
okay,
his
I
contract.
think it's normal ambition for players. If you ask the players one by one, everybody will mention they like to play Champions League. For every manager, for every player, and also for the fans, they like our next step is to play in Europe, and maybe it will be difficult, but maybe if we finish 6th, 5th, that will be perfect, because then you don't play any pre-qualification games for the European League.
Did you get the feeling when you spoke to Ross that level of ambition that you were explaining to him that you have would kind of appease him? It was the kind of project that he wanted.
I think
to
it's
be part of.
not necessary to speak about that. I think everybody seeing the difference between this season and last season, about the direction, about the new signings, about the talks about new stadium, that the club is really going on the right good direction. Sorry.
And we mentioned Lukaku. Obviously, he's nominated for Player and Young Player of the Year, and can become the first Everton player since Dixie Dean to score in 9 consecutive home games. So, all the talk of his future is not affecting his form on the pitch, really.
No, he's doing really well, and we know he's a great finisher. And of course, if you now still 6 games to play and you have already 23 goals, then of course you have a great season.
Didier Drogba, though, has said that Lukaku's told him of his future plans. So, has Lukaku told you?
No. He told me not to sign a new contract.
What conversations then do you still have with him?
I don't know. Maybe I wait for the call from Drogba that he can tell me what will happen next season. I don't know.
I just wonder, though, is it a situation that is still ongoing, or is it something that you kind of leave now until summer to try and sort out?
I leave it now because I can't change that situation now at the moment, and it's better to focus for the weekends, and we will see what happened on the end of the season.
And this weekend you can set a new club Premier League record of 8 consecutive home league wins. You've got that chance of overhauling Arsenal, still Manchester United as well. How important would that be in terms of the preparation for next season? Could it would mean a later start in terms of Europa League qualifying?
Yeah, but what we like is to play in Europe, even when we need to play qualification in the summer. But it's not changing the date to start the pre-season. But we have some good friendlies then in the pre-season, and okay. But it's going a little bit. I have the experience with Southampton. It's not easy, but okay. We like to be part of Europe, and for that, if we finish at 7 in the league, we need to play already. I think the last week of July qualification.
And on the injury front, I take it no reaction from Morgan Schneiderlin after last week?
No, everybody's okay.
Besic come through the under-23s as well?
Yeah, he played well. He played 45 minutes. Next time he needs to play close to 90, and then I think he is really close to be part of the first team.
And you got to pay a visit to Seamus Coleman this week as well?
Yeah, it was good. I think he deserved that support. And okay, we had a day off, and I spoke to Phil, and he was involved in the group, and that was great to see. Seamus had a lot of support from the fans and from the players and from the manager. I think it's good to do that for the boy.
Ronald, what sort of spirits was Seamus in? Obviously, he'd be incredibly disappointed with the injury, but did you sense a determination and a focus to get back already?
Yes, I think he lost that frustration. He is now ready to start his recovery. He will come back in 1 week, and he will start to recover well. And the boy is really that type of professional. Of course, it was a big disappointment for everybody. First of all, for the player by himself. And he put it away, and he's now strong. He's looking positive and ready to start again.
Vinny mentioned that Romelu Lukaku had been listed for the PFA Player of the Year. Would he be your PFA Player of the Year, or would you look at some of the other players who are nominated?
No, for sure he's one of them, because he's making differences between Everton and the rest of the teams. He's scoring a lot of goals, and he's showing that he is the best productive striker in the Premier League. And of course there are several good players on the side and named by this award, but he will be one of them, and okay, we will see what will happen.
He gets your vote though?
Yes, because to have really a good feel in everybody, I see him playing every weekend. I don't see Hazard every weekend. I know he's one of the best, but okay, then he will be voted by the manager. Yes.
Just looking ahead to the match against Burnley, how much of a surprise have they been to you this season? Because they still have a real opportunity of actually finishing in the top half, and many people had them relegated before they even started the season.
I think the home form of Burnley brought a lot of points. Away, it's more difficult. It's not easy to beat them. And I had a question when we lost Burnley away. I asked myself, how is it possible that we lost today? But I think that feeling had much more managers after the game when they play Burnley away. Because the feeling is you get a lot of ball possession. You are the stronger team, but you don't win finally. And now we can make it better. We play home, and we know they have maybe a typical English 4-4-2 system, and they are physically strong, good defending, good organization, strong by set plays, and it will be really hard, tough to create open chances, but the form, the movements, the creativity, what we're showing at home, make it really difficult for Burnley as well.
A lot's been made of the difference between their home form and away form. The fact that they're the only team who hasn't won away all year, does that even come into your thinking ahead of this match?
As of course, you always analyze your opponent, and you have a view about results at home, away. I watched the Middlesbrough game. They had some good chances, but okay, it's everything. It's when they don't win, it comes every time more close to get a win. And okay, if it's about 2 or 3 weeks, then it's okay, and not this weekend. But we need to prepare it well, and how we play at home. It's with a lot of confidence, but don't play at 80%. Start how you normally need to start a game, and then we have a lot of qualities to score goals.
Thanks, guys.